Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this. This is Hugh from Asgard Studios. Something that I'm sure we're all familiar with when we do FPV drones or even just little line-of-sight drones is binding the transmitter. Typically, the process involves holding down a little tiny button, such as underneath here, and then trying with the other hand to put in the power, because you have to press the button down first and then power the drone on. And that can be a little tricky. It's hard to do sometimes. And having done it a few times, I thought, there's gotta be an easier way to do this. So this is what I come up with. Here's the typical little tiny whoop and a little 1-cell battery. I bought a package of these. They're just 2 terminal switches. They just simply go in line with the red line here, with the power line, and just shut it off. So what I did was I wired up one of the switches with one of these connectors. You'll need a male and a female, which you can probably cannibalize off old batteries or old connectors. If not, you can probably just order them. But let me show you how it works. So here's a flight controller that I would want to bind, perhaps. We'll plug in the power. And over on this end, plug in the battery. Okay, it's not on, that's good. Now the receiver button is, where the heck is the receiver button on this little phone? The receiver button is right there, that little tiny bind button. So typically what you would do is you'd find something non-conductive like a bamboo skewer or whatever to hold down that little button and then plug in the battery to get it bind, okay? Now all we have to do is hold down that little button and flip the switch. Now this isn't rocket science. This is not a complicated project, but doing this is such a pain in the ass that I never wanted to do it again. In fact, I made an XT30 version for my other quadcopters as well. Really simple. These were like 10 bucks for a pack of 10 on Amazon, and just wire them into the power line of the battery with 2 connectors. Anyway, there you go. I hope you found that useful. Quick tip, and I'm sure lots of you experts out there have already done this, but for any of us newbies, this is definitely something that'll save you a little bit of headache later. Anyway, that's it. Thanks, guys.